Hey, Crystal Katsuna here, and I'm big again, so that must mean that I'm going to be eating something. Yes, today I'm going to be eating what I suggested to eat last time I did a video like this. I'm going to dip it again, but this time I just got regular potato chips. When I finished up the dipping with Doritos, I put a suggestion like, what else do you want to see me dip? And so then I got a suggestion to dip potato chips in various things. Some of the options were chocolate, caramel, and pickle juice. Now, sorry, I don't have any pickle juice to the person who suggested it to me. I don't have pickles in the house, but I do have chocolate, and I do have caramel sauce. I had to kind of fudge on the chocolate a little bit. I didn't use chocolate syrup. I just melted down a couple of those Butterfinger eggs that I showed in the Easter video. So it's just melted down, like 5 of those melted down in a cup. So that's the chocolate. I also got some, so this is just random shit that's in my refrigerator, by the way. I have some tangy barbecue sauce from Arby's. I got the mustard again, so French's yellow mustard. Here's the caramel sauce. It looks like not caramel sauce. It's like done by Hershey's, but it's supposed to be like Hershey's caramel syrup to like add to milk or whatever. Then I got some Cool Whip. Just happen to have a tub of Cool Whip in the refrigerator. This, which is pancake syrup, which what I was going to use last time when I did the Doritos, but I completely forgot about it. So this time I remembered, so I got a little bit of pancake syrup, and then I got ketchup. But I wouldn't think that ketchup would taste a lot like eating a French fry with ketchup on it, because potatoes, they're all potatoes, potato chips and French fries. They're just manufactured differently, so it's basically the same thing. So I figured it'd probably taste just like a French fry dipped in ketchup. So without further ado, we're just gonna go through the line here, and we're going to try these different things. It might be a shorter video eating wise, and I'll spend the rest of the time probably talking about nonsense shit. But anyway, I think I'll start with the sorry, I got an itch. I think I'll start with the most normal one of all of these. Barbecue sauce would probably be a little less awkward. I don't know. Do you dip your fries in barbecue sauce? I know I dip my fries sometimes in sweet and sour sauce. If I get like a nugget meal, I'll dip my fries in the sauce. So, I like sweet and sour sauce from McDonald's, but I don't really like any of their other sauces. I mean, they've got barbecue, they've got honey mustard, they've got ranch or something. And I didn't do ranch. I have ranch, but again, I figured that it would be just kind of like having a ranch dip, you know, because they make ranch dip for potato chips. So that's basically kind of pointless. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to start eating these things. So I'm going to pick up a random chip. Oh, and by the way, these aren't any sort of name brand chip. These are like bargain bin. Well, not bargain bin, but they're the store brands potato chips. They're like the wavy Lays that you get, but they're like a whole lot cheaper. They taste the same, and so they're like a non-brand, store brand, whatever. So I can't like actually say, hey, these are Lay's potato chips. This is Hunt's. This is Heinz ketchup. Most of the stuff we get is store brand or name brand, but since I'm, you know, have less money, I don't usually buy store brand if I can help it. Anyway, I'm stopping talking, eating, dipping the potato chip in the ketchup. Get a nice little dollop there. So here's the dollop of I don't have any sour cream either, so sorry about that. Oh, it was a really tough chip. Just like I said, it tastes just like as if you took a French fry, a really hard French fry, and dipped it in ketchup. Like, you know, like you get those hard fries in the bin. They're like, they have the ones that are perfect. They're like crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside, and they're hot, and they burn the roof of your mouth, and you're like, ha ha ha, ha, you know, when you're eating them. Then once in a while you get that one that's like overcooked because it's small. That's kind of like what it was. It's like you got like one of those really small French fries in the bottom of the pack, and then ate it with ketchup. So here is the barbecue sauce. It's tangy barbecue sauce from Arby's. It's been a while since we went to Arby's, so this has been in the refrigerator for a long time. I'm sure these things keep for a while. I certainly hope so. If you don't see me for a while, then I died of food poisoning, but I think it's going to be fine. If it tastes weird, then I'll just not eat any more of it. I mean, it looks like barbecue sauce. It's just kind of thick and sweet smelling, hickory smelling. But here we go. I honestly think that if you had the right barbecue sauce, it wouldn't taste that bad. Like right now, I got the tangy barbecue sauce from Arby's, but to me, that particular sauce isn't that. Sorry, I got something stuck in my tooth. There's like different kinds of barbecue sauce. There's hickory smoked, there's tangy, there's original. So if you went and got like original barbecue sauce and dipped it in that, it probably would taste fine. So the next one I'm gonna do is the mustard, because that's like a step up, you know. Like usually when you make your own barbecue sauce, you usually put well, at least I do. I don't know if anybody else does, but I put just made a spot on my table. I put mustard in it because it's like an interesting. And some people dip their French fries in mustard too. So that's probably what this is gonna taste like. Well, it will, because it's just potatoes. Not bad. I think dipping potato chips is kind of like a step down from what I just did, because potato chips are just potatoes, right? They're just, you know, cut thinned and deep fried, and that's it. So any of these items that taste good already with potatoes or French fries, it's just gonna taste the same. So I kind of was like, it's just like a step down, because I did Doritos, which is like spicy nacho taco chips, and step down to boring, just salty flavored fried potatoes. But anyway, if you can think of something even better, let me know, and I'll dip it. So we got now the sweet stuff. We got all the savory, non-sweet stuff out of the way. So now we got the Cool Whip, the caramel sauce, the pancake syrup, and the chocolate. I think I should do the chocolate first, because this stuff is going to harden in a minute. It's still pretty liquidy, so I can still probably get a really good dip out of that. So to the person who suggested those three flavors to dip it in, sorry I don't have pickle juice, but I think we do have pickles, but they're in the cupboard, and I wouldn't want to open up a jar of pickles that nobody's going to eat just for the pickle juice. So that's my excuse. Because we do have pickles. We have like a big jar of pickles in there, but only one person in this house actually eats pickles, and he shouldn't be eating pickles because, I don't know, well, whatever. So here's the chocolate, and there's gonna be bits of Butterfinger in here, because like I said, I melted one of those chocolate Butterfinger eggs, or multiple chocolate Butterfinger eggs. I took like 5 of them and melted them in the microwave. So there's gonna be chunks of Butterfingers in here. That's what looks so chunky. It's because of the Butterfinger. So here is the chocolate dipped potato chip. So here we go. Not bad. Like with anything, like you can dip some really unusual things in chocolate, which normally you would think, ew, because like they're two separate, you know, two separate ends of the food chain or food line or whatever, opposite ends of the spectrum, pretty much. So you're thinking like, why would I dip that? I'm sorry, my hair is like a mess. I just looked at the camera. I was like, it's all messy. I took a shower earlier and didn't brush my hair, so sorry. They're like opposite ends of the spectrum. So you have like this, which is like one thing, and then you put chocolate with it, and it's like, what? Like chocolate covered bacon. Or I was watching, well, you know, the reason why I thought of this series, I mean, it's not really a series, it's just something to tide me over until Snack Crate. But what got me started on this idea was because Good Mythical Morning dipped a bunch of stuff in unusual things. They took, you know, the chips and stuff, and they dipped them in various dips and things. So I thought that would be interesting to do on my end, because I already do food videos, and we're running out of holidays because I think Easter is the last major holiday until like Halloween. I think that's the next one. That involves candy and stuff. So we got quite a ways to go. We have all summer that will go by without food. So snacks, candy, or holiday based stuff. So I was thinking, what can I do to help supplement until the Snack Crate, because I won't get the Snack Crate until next week. But next month, I'm going to have all month, like the first 3 weeks of May and June and July and August and September and so forth, without having anything to eat before Snack Crate. So even though I'm going to get Snack Crate sometime next week, I'm doing a supplement video until then, because I want to do at least one eating video a week, every other week. Like one at the beginning of the week and maybe one towards the end, or one in the middle, or I don't know how I figure it out, but I do want to do not more eating videos, but, you know, intermittent, where it's a gaming video and an eating video and another gaming video and a couple more gaming videos and then an eating video, so it levels out, or something. I don't know, I'm just like talking bullshit right now. We still got 3 things to go, and we got a couple minutes left, or we got little under 10 minutes. So I'm gonna take this nice big one, and I'm gonna dip it in this caramel sauce. Now again, this caramel sauce has been sitting in the refrigerator for a while, but these things keep for a really long time because it's not really real anything. It's just artificial shit. So I mean, the chocolate syrup that's in there, I mean, it's being used, but the caramel syrup I got basically for like, I think I got it for banana splits or something. For me, like, you know how when you go to get a banana split, they put, you know, you get your 3 flavors, but then they put chocolate syrup, and usually like caramel syrup, and then they put, or sometimes strawberry syrup. It's usually chocolate strawberry, and then pineapple. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where did the pineapple come from? And for some reason, I just do not like pineapple topping for sundaes and stuff. Pineapple flavors for that kind of stuff. So I'm like, I always tell them to don't put the pineapple stuff on it. Put something else. Put caramel on there. I don't care. So here's the caramel syrup. Excuse me again. Here's the caramel syrup on the potato chip. I think that one so far is my least favorite. It's not because of the syrup. I mean, it's not bad syrup. It's just a bad taste. Like, by itself, it tastes fine. It's not rancid or whatever it turns into. So, I don't know. It just tasted weird. Not like the chocolate. Because the chocolate I mean, that particular kind of caramel tastes weird anyway, but... So here's a whole unopened tub of Cool Whip. I just bought it last week. So it hasn't been even used for anything around the house yet. And I love Cool Whip. Like, I'll sit here with a spoon or put some of this in a bowl with some nuts. And, for all you sexy people out there, no, just kidding. Oh. But no, I'll put like Cool Whip in a bowl and just cut some nuts, walnuts into it and just eat it. Or like mix some chocolate into it, make it like chocolate Cool Whip. Even though they do make that, they make chocolate Cool Whip, but you don't find it anywhere. Like, they used to make it like all the time, and then they made it like as a limited edition, and then it was like gone again. So I don't know, but just take a nice little swing of I call it a swing because it's just like whoop, you know, and try it. The Cool Whip kind of overpowers the taste of the potato chip, but you still get the salt from the potato chip. So it's kind of like you're eating salty Cool Whip, which is kind of weird. Crunchy, salty Cool Whip, because the Cool Whip masks the taste of the potato chip, so it just was like eating a crunchy bit of Cool Whip that's got some salt in it. Okay, so the last one, I just knocked over the mustard. The last one that we got here is the pancake syrup. So I'm not going to use this one because it's too big. I'm going to use a smaller one. But I'm thinking it's going to be kind of like the caramel syrup, mainly because they're both super sweet sauces, and pancake syrup is even sweeter. So, I mean, it's thick and sweet, and you don't normally dip potato chips in pancake syrup. So, but maybe it would just kind of be like taking a very hard, thin, salty waffle, and dipping it into pancake syrup. So, here we go. That was interesting. I think it's because it's too sweet. Usually when you mix flavors, you want them to be even. So when you dip something salty like a potato chip or bacon into something sweet like chocolate, it kind of balances itself out. So you get equal sweet, equal salty, and that's what makes it taste good. So if you take something that's either super, super salty or super, super sweet, and then mix it with something that's not balanced as it's equal, it kind of throws it off. So like with the pancake syrup and the caramel syrup, they're both really super sweet. Now the Cool Whip is not as sweet, but it's more, it covers it more. Like, it has a stronger flavor, and it covered up the potato chip. And with the ketchup, like all the tangy stuff, like, or not tangy, but the non-sweet stuff, the ketchup, the mustard, the barbecue sauce, all those things go well with potatoes. Fries mostly. And like I said, potato chips are just really hard, flat fries. So, of course they're going to taste good. The ketchup is like number one on the list, obviously, because it's just like dipping a french fry into ketchup. The least one would be the pancake syrup, because since that's super uber sweet, it like totally like punched the saltiness of the chip like out. That's it, you're done. And the flavors too. The flavors have to kind of meld enough to where it doesn't make you want to vom. So yeah, that's like a interesting like little experiment, or not hypothesis, but if you want to like experiment with different flavors and stuff, you have to make sure that your A and B are pretty much close on, you know, the opposite ends of the spectrum. So if you had something, you know, really super salty like potato chip, and you want to meld it with something sweet, you have to make it not like dark chocolate, and not like super 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 sweet whatever chocolate. It has to be the right balance between, you know, potato chip and chocolate. That's how they get away with like chocolate dipped pretzels or white chocolate pretzels or whatever. It's because, you know, you have a mild salty snack and you have the mild chocolate or white chocolate or whatever, and you cover it together, you know, put it together, and it tastes really good. But if you had like a really really super salty something and mixed it with something really mild sweet, then the salty would overpower it and it wouldn't taste good. And I'm just talking out of my ass because I don't really know. No, just kidding. But no, it makes sense. I mean, it does. It just, now I'm just talking bullshit for like the next 50 some seconds, but probably the most interesting one was, well, the barbecue sauce probably would have tasted better if it wasn't this shitty tangy stuff. If it was original barbecue sauce from whatever, Hickory Smoke or whatever it is, it probably would have been fine. The most interesting one was probably, I don't know, the Cool Whip one, because I never tried a potato chip and Cool Whip. I have tried French fries with mustard, ketchup, and so those weren't really that new or exciting. But I mean, it's good to experiment, and it's good to try new things, and this is an interesting way of filling time. Is dipping potato chips and other various things into other various things. So if you have an idea about something else I could dip, and leave a comment below, like leave a comment of like what you want to see me dip, and some possible dippings to put into it, or put, yeah, whatever. You know what to do. Just like leave a comment of what you want to see and what you want to see me dip it into, and I'll see what I can do. So that's gonna be it for the video. And no, there's no munchkin today. Usually, if anything involves food, I usually try to keep the parakeets away, because otherwise they like to jump into the food, and I really don't want him jumping in pancake syrup. I had Lucky actually do that once. I was eating a plate of pancakes, and she was on my laptop, or, you know, I was facing this way, but I was on this laptop, and I had it here, and I was watching a program or watching YouTube or whatever, and she just, like, jumps over here, like, under my shoulder, and then she just jumps right into the plate of pancakes and pancake syrup. So I had to stop, put it away onto my table, go wash her off in the bathroom sink, because she was all sticky and everything in the front. She also dipped herself into some Cool Whip too once, last Thanksgiving. So yeah, that's why I don't bring them out when food's involved usually, because I don't want to clean a mess. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Do be sure to leave a comment, so that way I know what to do next. That will help out. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and there's a website down there somewhere that I don't really update, but you can check it out anyway if you want to. Also, I do have a Patreon. I should start mentioning this. I do have a Patreon. If you want to help support my channel, you should click on the Patreon link. It's not in the description, but it is on the front page. When you go to my channel, the home page, it's right there as a little P icon on the splash page where my fox mascot is. So you just go all the way to the end. There's a little orange P. You can click on that and go support me if you want to help out. You know, donate something, or I don't know exactly how Patreon works, but I have one anyway. So you can check that out. Also, if you go over there, there'll be a video that YouTube suggests that you check out. You can click on that, and it will take you to something that I've done already. Here will be my face. you can click on that to go subscribe. And remember, I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers. Legible. I was like rushing through that whole comment. Be sure to click subscribe because I have a goal of 100 subscribers for this year, and you too can be a subscriber, become a shiny. Just smack that subscribe button and help me out. And if I can get 100 subscribers before September, I'll try to go to PAX West, money and subscribers permitting. And over on that side, there'll be a link to my merchandise store where you can get a t-shirt or a tote bag. That will also help out with the goal to getting to PAX, because I'll get some of the percentage of the money from that. So that will help also. That should be it. Yeah, I think so. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.